Today is General Mobilization Sunday, and as you've probably felt with the videos, it depicts the heart of the young adults with the empty spaces in our church. And the title of the song is Covenant of the Rainbow Pyungkang and the Rainbow Covenant, and how we must fulfill this covenant. And I sincerely thank you. Today, we gather as the General Mobilization Sunday for the first half of 2024. And this General Mobilization Sunday is the day where all believers are all gathered to accelerate the restoration of worship and the restoration of the church. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the believers who participated in today's worship service. I think it was in 2001 on December 6th, before the settlement service. And at the time, the founding pastor told all the ministers to leave the church if they could not fill the sanctuaries, even to Samuel's sanctuary. And at the time, I was afraid, and I thought it's a day where I will finally leave church. But he had mercy on the saints and the ministers, and they worked so hard to fill all the sanctuaries. And as such, mobilization is not only powerful but also urgent and important. When preparing for this general mobilization service, there were two things. Personally, it means we should fully devote ourselves to our life of faith, our spirit, soul, and mind. And second, as a church, it is an act of obedience for God's command for all saints to gather together and restore worship. Today's general mobilization service actually has the meaning of transition from online worship to offline worship. And there are people who might find the situation burdensome, but a transition to move their footsteps back to the church. And another one is with relevance to the breakaway side. They have not been people who have been come. And I've checked, and there are 15 people who wrote the vote of the vow. And whoever it is, may we welcome them with our applause. We gather as a general mobilization, but it's a new beginning. So starting next week, we must begin the restoration of Moriah Sanctuary. And when we focus on the word, God will give us the grace, and may we experience this, and may we restore the worship in Moriah Sanctuary. And today is the beginning. And I ask and we request that all the saints continue their mobilization. And because it has been a difficult time for you to all come, we've prepared some food for you at the church. First is ice cream, and the other is cotton candy. In Acts 3, verse 19, when you receive the Holy Spirit, you're filled with refreshing and joy. And when you eat this, I believe your hearts will be light. In front of the store is the cotton candy, and it's for children, but if you want to eat it, you may. And ice cream will be given in front of Emmaus Sanctuary. There are enough, so if you want to eat two, you can. And we've prepared this. So you can eat this before or after lunch. And may it be a time where we celebrate this Mobilization Sunday. And one more thing, you've probably receive the envelope as you came in. But next week is the General Assembly Sunday for 2024. Every year, the first Sunday of June is General Assembly Sunday. And not just our church, but all churches gather for General Assembly Sunday. And this year, the theme is Let the River of Life Flow. And when we look at the 11th book of the History of Redemption series, the water that flows out from Ezekiel's temple goes toward the world, and it contains this earnest hope. The denomination to which our church belongs is the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Hapdong-Gyodan in Korea. And we received the official approval from the government in 2013 when the founding pastor was here. And this denomination is also a member of the Christian Council of Korea. Above all, what we must value and be thankful for is the fact that in this situation of conflict with the breakaway side, it acts as a shield externally for our church. And it played a big role in restoring the order and authority of the church, with the courts using the resolution of the assembly last year for their judgment. But looking into the future, this denomination serves as a great stepping stone in the history of redemption. The growth of the General Assembly means that the number of churches belonging to the General Assembly increases, and this is just the beginning, but it opens many opportunities in that among the churches, domestic and abroad, that have received the grace of the word of redemptive history, there is an increase in number of churches who wish to transfer their affiliation to our General Assembly. So this means ultimately the global expansion of the word of redemptive history. And what we can do to support it is once a year, next week, as saints. And what do we need to do? All the baptized members under the affiliated churches, they are asked to make a 10,000 won or $10 baptismal offering, and you are fulfilling your duty. And when you give this, it's separate from the church offerings, and it will be sent directly to the General Assembly. And today, the number of believers has decreased greatly because of the separation with the breakaway side. But because with this once a year offering, the General Assembly does its duties. And we hope that those who receive grace will participate in making a larger sum of offering for the General Assembly. So it will be one of the bridgeheads for spreading the word of redemptive history. Next week, we ask that everybody take part in the offering for General Assembly. Thank you.